Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Today we're going to discuss the painful truth about worshiping a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pale Jesus. If we want to do right by Abba Yah, we must break the chains of idolatry and reclaim our identity. You see, you have been kneeling before a false image, the pale, blonde-haired, blue-eyed statue, thinking it represents Yeshua. But the Bible warns us clearly that worshiping idols is an abomination to our Most High Abba Yah. Bowing down to the Kaaba statues, images, and giving our ancestors praise are sins of idolatry. Let's look at Exodus 23 through 5. You shall have no other Elohims before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them, for I, Yah, your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim. Let me hit you with another one. Turn to Leviticus 26:1. You shall not make idols for yourselves, neither a carved image nor a sacred pillar shall you rear up for yourself, nor shall you set up an engraved stone in your land to bow down to it. That reminds me of the Kaaba. Okay, let's take a look at Isaiah 42:8. It says, I am Yah, that is my name, and my glory I will not give to another, nor my praise to carved images. Carved images, y'all. Stop bowing down to these images and stones and all these carved statues. Stop it. You are upsetting the Most High Yah. You see, you have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and utterly led astray. The true appearance of Yeshua is described in the Bible. It's not as a European, but as a man with dark skin and woolly hair, like you and I, the texture of wool. See in Revelations 1:14-15, his head and hair were like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes like a flame of fire. His feet were like fine brass, as if it was refined in a furnace. Brass, when burnt, is dark brown/black. Okay? There's nothing white or pale about burnt brass. In Daniel 7:9, the Ancient of Days was seated. His garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. Now, we all know back then that locks were common. They resemble wool. Even if they weren't wearing locks, their hair was bushy. It still resembles wool, but straight blonde hair does not. You see, a serious, mind-blowing game has been ran on you. The European culture is very, very strategic about repackaging others' culture and reselling it to the rest of the world as their own. Yet, Constantine and the Roman Empire gave us the false image of Jesus, modeled after Caesar Borgia, a European figure. This was pagan worship at its best, designed to make you bow to a no God while erasing the truth of who Yeshua really was, a man who looked like you, the true Israelites. Yes, you are the holy people of the Bible. You know, the one that the Torah talks about. If you don't know, go get your Bible and read the Torah, which is the blueprint for life. It includes statutes, covenant, the commandments, dietary laws, and holy days, not the European holidays, to honor our Abba Yah. Once again, my brothers and sisters, you are the biblical Israelites. The Bible took place in Africa. That's why it frustrates me to see Africans bowing down to a pale statue. The Bible took place in Africa. The Israelites were a dark-skinned people, and you are their descendants. The so-called slave trade was the scattering of the tribes. Read Deuteronomy 28:68. But Yah promised to regather you, and that's in Ezekiel 36:24. Please read your Bible so you can understand who you are. Stop taking taking a man's word for everything and going along with being tricked. They are feeding you dope, and you are under the spell of Caucasian hypnosis. And please, for the millionth time, don't ask me, why does color matter? Or I do not want to hear color doesn't matter. It does. If it didn't matter, why did they change his image to match theirs? To make you believe they are closer to Yah than you are. But you align more with the true description of Yah that I just covered than any European. It's a mind-blowing prophecy to make you feel that you are lower than them, because if you knew exactly who you were, they would not be able to come into your mineral-rich land of milk and honey that the Bible speaks of and depleted of its resources. But since they have your mind shackled in chains, this would be so easy to do, because they could just snooze in and look like the ones that's aligned with the Most High. Not saying that they don't believe in it, but they are, and that statue is not Yeshua. They call that statue Jesus. His real name is Yeshua. Call him by his original name. My beloveds, you must reclaim your history. Please turn to Hosea 4:6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. In John 8:32, it says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Stop bowing to idols and stones and figures and statues and whatever else. Bow to Abba Yah. You had been deceived into worshiping a false image, while your colonizers made you hate your own reflection. They made you hate you for who you are. It's time to return to Yah. Read your Bible and claim your identity as the true children of Israel. Now, my final warning is that in 1 John 5:21, it states, little children, keep yourselves from idols. I shouldn't say that was my warning. That was Yah's warning to us. It says, Jeremiah 10:14-15. Every man is dull-hearted without knowledge. They are futile, a work of errors. In the time of their punishment, they shall perish. My brothers and sisters, don't settle for perishing because someone has deceived you. Now that you know the truth and you can read it for yourself, please wake up and save your souls. As the great Khalid Abdul Muhammad once said, we were robbed of our name, robbed of our language. We lost our religion, our culture, our Elohim. And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our minds by bowing down to statues that doesn't even fit the biblical description. It's time to come home, y'all. Shalom.